last story I have is a good one. I saw this headline and I thought, oh my goodness, I have to read this one. But the headline is Danny Carey on possibility of Tool doing an Undertow type of record next. Quote from Danny, that's kind of appealing to me. So let's read the article. In a new interview with Revolver magazine, Tool bassist Justin Chancellor and drummer Danny Carey talked about a possible follow-up to the band's 2019 album Fear Inoculum, addressing the fact that Fear Inoculum marked the band's first full-length effort in 13 years due to creative, personal, and legal issues band members encountered since the release of 2006's 10,000 Days. Justin said, "It'll be different this time. Everyone's life is different and everyone's expectations are different. Time is precious now, so you try and look for ways to be more efficient with the process. We've had a lot of discussion about that and how we can bring a new record to fruition in a slightly different way." Speaking about the Tool songwriting process, Danny said, "Our filter system is pretty intense. If it gets by the four of us in the band, then we figure it's going to work. It's a really painstaking process that we go through to finish an album and get it to where we're all completely convinced. It pays off in the long run because we never really get tired of performing our songs. It gives rise to a vehicle that we can all believe in." As for possible musical direction for Tool's next LP, Carey said, "Who knows? It could flip-flop and we could just go back to doing an Undertow type of record of shorter songs. That's kind of appealing to me. I always like the change, whatever direction it goes." Another possibility is a new EP rather than a full-length release. The songwriting process has already begun, according to Carey, and it's going well so far. "We are free agents now," he added. "We aren't signed to a label anymore. We are free to do whatever we want." So the last part is just about Fear Inoculum. And
did you ever end up checking that album out?
I've listened to it a few times.
Okay.
I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not my favorite Tool record.
Sure.
So far. There's a couple tracks I really like on it, Invincible being one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think for me, it's like those first two Tool records, Enema and Undertow, are like just so mind-bendingly different and new that, you know, even like Lateralis I like a lot, but they kind of mellowed out a little there. And then 10,000 Days has some songs I really like on it, but overall it's not. You know,
yeah,
see,
like, early Tool is before my time, kind of. So I don't know. I never really listened to those early records so much, so I probably don't have the same nostalgia or anything like you do. But
sure.
This Fear Inoculum. The more I listen to it, the more I like it.
Well, an early Tool was a lot more like. I guess what's the word, like confrontationally abrasive, like the Opiate record I'm sure you wouldn't like because it's almost got some real anti-Christian sentiment in it, like outwardly. I mean, Tool's always been kind of in that realm anyway. They're all about free thought and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of know their hits, and then I know like the latest two albums, the 10,000 Days and then this Fear Inoculum.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy to see their trajectory too, because it's like with Opiate, there was a lot of anger, obviously, and then by the time you get an Enema in Undertow too, by the time you get to Lateralis, it's almost like Maynard and the band have gone through this like spiritual awakening, and Lateralis is like a very positive vibe record. It's all about like the song Schism, for example. It's just about like kind of like coming together. It's like their trajectory. I think they just grew up, you know, like Maynard grew up a little bit and he'd been around the world. And so his tone, I think, becomes a lot more positive and than it was on some of their earlier stuff where he was an angry young man.
Yeah.